everyone, thanks for trying to learn to play games. My name is Lance, and in today's video I'm going to be playing through Cthulhu Death May Die Fear of the Unknown. This is a brand new game from CMON Games. It is a 1 to 5 player game that takes roughly 90 to 120 minutes to play and is a fully cooperative game where you are working together to bring down one of the ultimate bads, the Elder Gods. And so depending upon which one you've selected, you're going to have to try to work as a team to bring him down. This is one of my big games this year I was really looking forward to, and they were giving out some of the advanced copies at Gen Con this year, so I was able to snag one of those. And so I am here to show you what this is all about. I am going to be doing a teaching video for this, and I'm thinking about doing a quick little video covering just the new material. For those of you that are familiar with the original game, this plays pretty much the same way. It just adds a couple of new features to the game as well. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something that you'd like to see. And with this one, I'm going to be playing Top of the Morning. This is the very first scenario in this, and I decided to go all in. I'm going to be playing with all the new material as well. They say in the rulebook that it does ramp up the difficulty, and this is the first time I'm playing this particular scenario. I have not done any playtesting with this one yet. As I'm pretty familiar with the old rules, I shouldn't have any problems with those, and I wanted this to be a dry run. I wanted to see how this goes, and I want you to experience this with me as I go in. So I have not looked at any of the cards. I am going to be dealing out the different things for the characters, and that I did place out and choose the 2 monsters for the unknown, just because I didn't want to dig out all the monsters from the first season or whatnot, depending upon what came up. So I did select 2 of those, but this is going to be completely new for me as well. I have not played any of this game yet, so I get to experience this right along with you, and we'll see how this goes. I am anticipating this is probably going to be a massive destruction or a massive failure on my part, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe the Dice Gods will be my favor. Maybe the Elder One isn't quite as awake as he was hoping, and we'll be able to take him down, but we'll find out. And I'm going to be playing 3 different characters for this one. I have Stella, Peters, and Leon, so we'll see how that goes. So as always, if you find my videos helpful, if you like what I do, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe to my channel. It's one of the easiest ways you can support channels like mine so we continue to grow and build to produce this content. If you want to get notified anytime I drop new videos, as I'm constantly dropping new teaching videos, playthroughs, crowdfunding videos, and many others, hit that notification bell and I'll let you know whenever I drop new stuff. So let's go ahead and head to the table and we'll see how this one plays. Alright, so before getting into the game, I do have to handle a couple of setup things real quick, and I do also want to point out that this is a massive map. So I did have to move this tile down. It was up here above, and I just felt that it's just going to be easier for me to reach over here than trying to bend over the table and pick that up, as there is a spawn point in this one. So I didn't do that with this one, as there's really nothing up there. So once that cultist moves out of there, I should be good, and there shouldn't be too much else going on. So with this one, I took Azeroth, and we'll see how that particular Elder God works. And so with him, he has the cultists and the dancer. So those guys are pretty nasty. And then we have a Ghast and the Unnameable that we're going to be facing off. For the unknown monsters, I have the Gug and the Serpent Man, and each one of them has effects when the Elder One advances that are going to cause all kinds of problems as well. Over with my different investigators here. First off, let's go ahead and give everybody a mental condition here, and we'll see what they get. All right, so starting with Stella, she has Overcaring. If you're, okay, so at the start of the game, name a protected investigator. All right, so who is she going to protect? I will protect Peters. So if your protected is in your space, they heal all wounds and you heal all of your stress. Otherwise, take 1 stress for each wound your protected has. If they are dead, nothing happens. Okay. So that's Stella's, and as you can see, I'm kind of condensed here, so I'll probably end up having to position some of these cards off to the side that might not be on camera all the time. But I was running out of table space with my camera, being able to get everything in, so hopefully this'll all work out. All right, over to Peters, I have Impulsive Aggression. So if there are no enemies in your space, you and each investigator in your space take 1 wound. Otherwise, deal wounds equal to the amount of stress you have to 1 enemy in your space. Okay. And finally over to Leon. He has hallucinations. If there are no monsters in your space, move the nearest monster to your space. Otherwise, move one monster in your space 1 or 2 spaces away. Okay, so interesting. So the rest of those will go back to the box. And go ahead and drop this below. So I just keep those so that I can see them, but I don't need to see the art. Okay, next we have relics. So with the relics, they are an addition to the new part, one of the new parts. And so with these, you can choose to play these either without introducing any of this to make the game easier, or you can have them in there to level things out, because this is definitely going to ramp up some of the difficulty in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these up real quick, and then I'll draw 3 randomly. Now the cool part about this is that you get to choose as the players who gets which relic. So unlike the different conditions that the players get stuck with, the players will actually be able to choose. All right, so there's 1, 2, and let's go with 3. All right, so let me see what the rest of those can be returned to the box. And these are, and they're double-sided, so you'll start with the basic side, and then once the players get to the 3rd point, then they'll be flipped over to their advanced side. All right, so I have Jade Amulet. Once during your turn, as a free action, you may move one enemy from your space up to 2 spaces away. Okay, so that's pretty good. I think I would want to give that to either Leon or Stella, as they have marksmen, so that might be a good way to take advantage of that. We have Shiny Jewel, so gain 1 level in your signature skill. Ooh, that's pretty cool. And finally, the Brass Compass. When you run, you may move 2 additional spaces. Oh man. All right, so this is tough. These are cool. So both of these guys have Swift. So that might be, man, that would really make them be able to fly. All right, so I think I'll give the Brass Compass to, well, let's see what our stuff is. So Show Off, this says so with Show Off, if there's another investigator in your space, you gain a blue or a green die. Instead, if there's another investigator within 2 spaces, you gain a green die. So that's pretty good. This one is, with the Surgeon, is when you kill an enemy, heal 1 stress or wounds on an investigator in your space, including yourself. And this one is, instead of 1, heal a total health of the killed enemy in any combination of stress or wounds. And then hers is, when you attack, you may target 1 additional figure in the target space. Split the wounds as you like. When you attack, you have 1 free reroll per target. So hers is good, but it's not as good as those 2. I think, I do think I'm going to give him the signature skill. So he is going to have that. Now, an important thing with the relics is they cannot be traded, lost, discarded. They are with you for the entire game. All right, and then once during your turn, as a free action, you may move 1 enemy from your space up to 2 adjacent spaces away. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give her the Jade Amulet, which means that he's going to get the Brass Compass. So the doctor here is going to be flying around. Okay, so that takes care of that, and I'm going to go ahead and place these over here as well to kind of give myself a little bit of room for some dice. So then the last couple things I have to handle is with the unknown enemies. With the Grug, I have to place 1 out. So in order to do that, I have to take these tokens. These are randomizing tokens, and I'll mix them up, and this will determine which spawn point it comes out in. Okay, and it is the yellow one. So I have 1 Grug here. He's going to come all the way down here. And then the Serpent Man is going to be red. So I'll have one up there. I'm pretty sure I'm only dropping one per each space. Let me double check, because again, this is the more new stuff. Okay, so it says summon one figure for each unknown monster at different random gate. Okay, so I took care of that. So then this stuff can be just put off to the side. And I do have the mission. So with this is the top of the morning. So Kilkenny was the site of one of the first witch trials in Western history, and one of the few to find actual witches. Now, though, cultists are using ancient energies to power their rituals. As a side effect, the spirits of the old witches have risen. Petronia de Mort, unjustly accused, in the witch Alice Ketteler, who got her condemned, are battling through their ancient feud anew. Kilkenny was the site of one of the first witch trials in Western history, and one of the few to find actual witches. Now, though, the cultists are using ancient energies to power their rituals. As a side effect, the spirits of the old witches have risen. Petronel de Mort, unjustly accused, and the witch Alice Ketteler, who got her condemned, are battling through their ancient feud anew, only proving Pentrella's innocence will finally lay her spirit to rest, taking Alice along with her. Okay, so the goals with this one is to disrupt the ritual, have 4 jurors in the town square with their innocent side face up. So I have 4 jurors out here. There are the 4, and I have to get them to the town square with their innocent side face up. Right now, they are all face down. So when the elder one advances, move each juror with their guilty side face up 1 space away from the town square, if possible. And then there are special rules. So after the ritual is disrupted, remove all juror tokens from the board, ignoring any effects that would affect juror tokens from now on. And I have there's 2 special actions. So the first one is gather jurors, move a juror on your space up to 2 spaces away, and convince a juror. Choose a juror in your space and make a roll. Add a success for each evidence you have, item, or companion. On 4+ successes, the juror is convinced. Turn its token over to the innocent side. So that is what I am after here. And from there, then I get to choose a starting player. I do have the unknown that's all by himself. Right now, with the unknown, it cannot be wounded while there is another monster or cultists on the same space. So getting over there and taking care of him might be a good option at this point. It is a little risky, but I do have the surgeon. And so, or I do have Leon as well here that I could go with. So I could take Leon and then bring him back with the unknown. Well, and I could do the marksman with Leon, so I could go there and just take a couple shots and hope for that to work out as well. And I basically get the same benefits. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and try that instead. So I'm going to go with Leon to start the game. And Leon, I'm going to do a move action first, or a run action. So that's my first action. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, though, as I have the marksman ability, which lets me attack a target 1 space away. So I'm going to go ahead and target this guy here, and he has 6 health. Ouch. So I'm going to get my 3 black dice, and I'm going to go ahead and move these up here to kind of keep things out of the way here. And then I am going to get 1 green die. So it says, if there's another investigator in your space, you gain a green, but he's at level 1 already, or 2. Instead, if there's another investigator within 2 spaces, you're going to gain a green. So he's going to get a green because those investigators are 1 space away. And let's see what we can do here. All right, so I got 1 success, 2 successes. And I'm going to go ahead and take a stress to reroll. I'm going to reroll the green. And there it is. There's 3. And I think I'm good there. So I'm going to take 1 sanity. And I do 3 damage to it. So I'll mark the 3. And let's try it again as my last action. All right. That was a great roll. All right, so I got 4, so that is going to take the unnamed out. So that was a good start. I am definitely liking that. And I didn't get any more sanity damage from that. And that is my third action, so then I'm going to draw a Mythos card. So let's see what the Mythos card has to do. So we have Ghostly Energies. This one has the Elder Sign, and each investigator in a space with a juror takes a wound. Luckily, none of my investigators are in a space with a juror. Then each investigator loses 1 sanity for each hexed condition they have. I don't have any hexed conditions right now, so I'm okay there. All right, so I'll place that up there as a discard. From there, then I'm going to go and investigate or fight. I am in a safe space, so I get to do a discovery card. And I have Book of Spells. Ancient secrets sweetly whisper into your ear. You may take 1 stress to claim the Book of Spells, or if you do not, claim the Hex condition. So what does Hex do first? So whenever you gain or gather jurors or convince a juror before resolving the action, take 1 stress. Okay? On the Book of Spells, this is an evidence item, and you have 1 free reroll per turn. If you have Arcane Mastery, you have 1 free reroll per roll instead. I do not have Arcane Mastery, but getting it over to Stella would be good because she does have Arcane Mastery. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and slot that in there for now, and I do have to take a stress for that. So that is that, and then it is resolving the end of the turn. So one thing that I am really appreciative of, because even in the old game, is I didn't get to play it a ton, but I always had to keep the rule book out for the end of turn stuff, which in this game, they actually put it on the unknown board, which is really nice. So end of turn effects, except Elder 1 effects. So fire, roll 1 for fire. I don't have any of those. Check the Mythos discard. I only have 1 in there right now, so I don't have to worry about that. And check the Elder 1 summoning. And I forgot to go over what his ability is here. So it says, enemies with cosmic tokens are cosmic enemies. Cosmic enemies gain a green die whenever attacking, and they have +1 health. When he advances, move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you, summon in order 1 Dancer of Azeroth and 1 Cultist, both at the furthest gates. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic monster. And I have the special set of tokens for that. So there's a fair number of these, so I'm sure there's going to be plenty of those Mythos cards that are going to be placing these out on the different monsters and boosting their abilities, which is not great. All right, that is everything there. So that is the end of his turn. At this point, there's nothing else that I have to handle, so I'm ready to move on to Peters. All right, so Peters is going to be starting it out. So moving jurors is a really important thing. But I think handling a couple of these cultists would also be beneficial. I do have the brawling. Cultists have 2 hit points. And that is all they have right now, so... I do have that guy down there, too, who is quite nasty. He's got 5 hit points. And he gets bumped up if he has wounds. Okay, so... let's do, so with my run action, I normally get to move 3 spaces. The swiftness lets me move an additional space, so I'm at 4. And then the relic that he has gives him 2 additional spaces on top of that, so I can move up to 6 spaces. He can fly. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the cultists are going to follow me back. And then I'm going to attack. So I'm going to get 3 plus my 1 green for the brawling ability. And let's see how that goes. And I just need 2. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. So I'm going to go ahead. I took the 1 sanity and I eliminate one of them. And then my ability says that when you kill an enemy, heal 1 stress or wound on another investigator. So I'm going to go ahead and give Leon back 1 stress. And as my last action, I'm going to go ahead and attack again. Oof. Okay, so I got 3 successes. One of them is a sanity. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm okay with that for now. So that's going to take out another one, and that lets me heal Leon again. So Leon is back to full on his stress. All right, so that is the end of my turn, or the part of my turn. So I'm on to the Mythos card. All right, so Otherworldly Encounter. If there are 3 or more cosmic tokens available, place a cosmic token on each gate. When a cultist or monster is summoned at a gate with any cosmic token, place 1 of those tokens on the summoned enemy. Otherwise, at the end of the turn, advance Azarhoth on the track as if there were 3. Okay, so if there are 3 or more cosmic tokens available, which there are, place a cosmic token on each gate. Okay, so 1 there, 1 there, and 1 here. And then it says, when a cultist or monster is summoned at a gate with any cosmic token, place 1 of those tokens on the summoned enemy. Okay. All right, so that is that. And there is no symbol on there, so I'll just go ahead and cover that up. And then from there, I will reveal a discovery card, as there are no enemies in my space, so I'm still considered safe. And I have Pot of Gold. Found without its rainbow, could come in handy as a bargaining chip. You may claim the Pot of Gold. Okay, there's no downside to that. So the Pot of Gold is an item. When investigating, you may claim an evidence without taking stress or wounds. Item or companion. When you convince a juror instead of rolling, you may discard this card to automatically succeed. Okay, interesting. Well, that's cool. All right, that is my turn there. And the end of round effects, there aren't really any that I have to handle at this point. So then I'm on to my final investigator, Stella. So she's going to be the next one to go. So I could move there, I can move the juror, and then I can move out of there. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move here. I'm going to convince the juror to move as a second action into the town square. I just have to convince it that, or switch it over to its innocent side, and then I'm going to move her back out. I think I'm going to keep her at that starting space. As she does have that other stuff, I don't really see, I think that'll be it. So Mythos card time. Let's see what happens here. So the Blind Idiot God. If Azarhoth is on the board, place a cosmic token on every non-cosmic cultist monster within 2 spaces of Azarhoth. Then each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you. Otherwise, each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you. Okay, so there are no cosmic enemies out at the moment, so I got lucky there. But I am going to have to summon a cultist who is going to become a cosmic enemy. So I'll just place that underneath there, because you can still kind of see the little swirls. And so now that cultist is going to be rolling an extra green and is going to have 3 health instead of 2. All right, and this does not have an Elder God symbol on it, so I'll just go ahead and place that behind there. So I'm still at 1. I'm doing pretty good. If I can keep those, if I can get lucky and keep those low, that is going to be a huge help to this. Gives me a couple extra rounds here. Okay, then I have a discovery card. So this one is the town sheriff. He's in way over his head, but of course, so are you. You may take 2 stress to claim either the town sheriff or the pistol. When attacking, you have 2 free rerolls, or the town sheriff is Peter instead of Peters. While you have him, you gain 1 level in marksmanship. So she already has marksmanship, which gives her 2 green dice when attacking a target not in your space. So I could either have 2 free rerolls or I could have the 2 greens. Oh, man, that's a tough choice. I think the extra dice would be handy, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I have to take 2 stress. And I place that there, which gives me the marksmanship level. So I just get to move that up 1. All right. And then end of round effects. Again, there aren't any that I have to handle at this point. So that is the end of the round, and it is back over to Leon to take his turn. So with Leon, he also has marksman. So I could move up and take some shots there, as there's not a whole bunch else I can do at the moment. I mean, unless I want to run somewhere and bring someone back. Or I could go up there and move that juror down too. I mean, that is the ultimate goal, is getting those jurors over here. And the enemies aren't doing a whole bunch right now, so choices. And he's actually the only one at the moment that has evidence, so I could try to convince as well. I would take a test, and I would need 3 successes right now. Ugh. Yeah, make a roll. And I don't have anything that's going to add any bonuses to that at the moment. I think keeping the eye on the ball is the most important thing with this, and I think getting these jurors to where they need to go is probably a good choice. So I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2 as my first action. Second action, I'm going to move that juror 2 spaces. And third action, I could simply just move back. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's just move right back in there and kind of hold that path for now. Okay. So that is my 3 actions. So then I'm going to draw a Mythos card. All right, so it has another symbol on there. So this is Alice K. Teller, and the investigator with the most evidence, item, or companion must take a hex condition side of one of them. If tied, choose one. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even get to use that book. Okay. So I guess I have to do that. All right, well, it is what it is. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate, and it's a symbol. So, but I do get to do a discovery, so hopefully this will be better. So, bartender. I keep my Schlager under the counter, good for walking and keeping unruly patrons civil. You may claim the bartender or the shillelagh. All right, so the companion is Sean the bartender. At the end of your turn, if you are in the pub, take the side of this card, so I get to switch. Okay, so I claim the bartender. I have to go to the bar to switch it over. When you run, you may move 1 additional space. When attacking a target in your space, gain 2. Okay. So I would want to trade this to Peters, because he's the one that really would benefit from that. Okay. All right, so that is that, and so resolve end of round. There are no conditions, and I'm at 2 right now, so hopefully I'm not going to be moving him forward just yet, because then those guys all get to do stuff too. Oof. All right, that is everything, so it is over to Peters to go. All right, Peters, what are you going to do? So Peters, I do have the brawling. I could trade, and this is what did it say? At the end of your turn, so I have to end my turn in the pub. So I could do a trade to take that and then move, which I have, the most move I have 6, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bringing the ghast with me. And then as my last action, I could attack it. And hope for the best. I'll get 4 dice, so I need 3 successes out of that. All right, let's go ahead and try it. So I'm going to do a trade first so that I can get the bartender. Okay. And then from there, I am going to go ahead and move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring in the gas with me, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack him as my last action. We'll see if this pays off. All right, I got 2. I'm going to go ahead and do a reroll. Reroll again. Okay, that works out. So I got 3 there. I have to take a sanity. And he goes down as he has 3 health. So the reason why I really wanted to bring him down is if attacked but not destroyed, the attacker takes a wound. So once you start working on him, you really just need to bring him down all the way. And since I killed him, I get to heal 1 stress because of my ability. Okay. So that is that. And then at the end of my turn, because I'm pretty much done now, so this switches over to the chalet. So when you run, you may move an additional space, and when attacking, so now I can move 7 spaces. This guy is like the Flash. And then when attacking a target in your space, I gain 2 greens. So I'm going to be rolling 3 greens and 3 blacks now with him. So that surgeon knows how to use the saw. All right, that is the end of that. So then drawing a Mythos card. I need a drink. If there is any juror token in the town square, place 1 of them in the pub. Darn. Back to the pub. So all that work for nothing. All right, that is that, but it is not a symbol, so that's a plus. So then I do a discovery card. And I have the ghost of the second husband. Adam the Smith, a huge man of fearsome strength, brought law through sorcery. You may claim, or you may take 2 stress to claim the husband, which my pot of gold, when investigating, you may claim an evidence without taking stress or wounds, item or companion. He is considered, when investigating, you may claim an evidence without taking stress or wounds, item or companion. It doesn't say that I have to discard it. When you convince a juror, instead of rolling, you may discard this card to automatically succeed. And he is an evidence companion if you do not claim the hex token. So jurors cannot leave your space unless you allow it. Okay. So not too great, but it does give me an evidence. So I think that is good enough. So unfortunately, he's got a bunch of stuff here, so I'm going to have to slide this over. And he's got 3 things already. Okay, so that is his turn. End of round effects. There aren't any at this point. And so that is it. And then it's over to Stella to go again. All right, so Stella, she has the sheriff, gives her marksman. So she's going to get 2 greens when attacking. I mean, at this point, it might be worth going and shooting him up. Because he's got 5 hit points. So I could move here, take a couple shots, and hope to bring him down. because it's coming close. It's only a matter of time. Moves 2 spaces towards you. Okay, so he's going to move 2 spaces once the Elder One advances anyways. So I may want to just work on him. And she hasn't done a whole bunch yet with that, so yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try. So I'm going to move 2, as she has some nice abilities here. So it says, when you attack, you may target 1 additional figure in the target space. Split the wounds as you like. I do have Arcane Mastery, so making any roll with any, you may count 1 star as a success. And I do have that first level Marksman, which gives me 2 green dice when attacking a target not in your space. So that's going to give me that little extra bump there. All right, so I'm going to get 3 plus the 2 for that. And I don't have anything else at the moment. So let's go ahead and give it a go. Let's see what we can get here. All right, so there's 3. Okay. I have 2 Elder Signs. So I'm going to take a stress. Try to re-roll one of these. It's a blank, so I'm going to take my last stress, try it again. And it's another corruption. Oh, man. Okay, so I don't think I have any other rerolls, so I'm going to take 2 there, and I'm going to do 4 damage to it. I could also just take out that cosmic guy there, but I don't think I'm going to. All right, I kind of want to rest, but I also really want to take these guys out. I'm going to go ahead and attack for my last action. Okay, whoop, that was a star. All right, so I got 3 successes. I don't get any rerolls this time. So I'm going to do 3 wounds. That'll be enough to take this guy out. So I'm going to remove him. And I can distribute those extra 2 wounds, as normally you can't, but with her ability, that does let me move, when you attack, you may target 1 additional figure in your target space. Split the wounds as you like. So 2 wounds to the cultist, who's cosmic. Unfortunately, it has 1 extra hit point because of that cosmic ability, which keeps it alive. All right, that is all of that. And then it is on to the Mythos card, and it is the Dancer of Azeroth, and it is the symbol, so he is going to be moving. So the nearest Dancer of Azeroth moves 3 spaces towards you, and then summon a dancer in the blue. So the dancers are these guys, and he's going to pop up there, and he is a cosmic enemy as well, cosmic monster. All right, so okay. All right, so that takes care of that. At the end of the round, he is going to move, but I do have a discovery card, so hopefully I don't have to take stress. And I do. And this was evidence too, darn it. The ghosts of the 4th husband. Honest John never spoke a lie in his life, or death. You may take 2 stress to claim the husband if you do not claim the next. So he would have been, when you convince a juror, if you succeed, you turn each juror token in your space to its innocent side. Oh man, that would have been great. All right, so okay. So unfortunately, she is going to be hexed. Okay. All right, that is her turn. That was a risk. I knew I had to take it, but if I would have been, oh well. It was the choice I made. All right, so end of round. These are going to get shuffled back in because he is going to move. So let me shuffle these up real quick. And then I have to advance him, and then I have to handle all the other effects. that's that. All right, so next, let's handle him first. So it says, okay, when Hazaroth advances, move the nearest cosmic entity one space towards you. So that's hers. Okay. Summon in order one dancer and one cultist, both at the furthest gates. So one dancer is going to be there, so that's going to be a cosmic one, and one cultist, which will be at the blue gate. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic enemy, which would be that one there. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. Over to the Grugs. When the Elder One advances, so I'm going to go ahead and move him up. Okay. Each Grug moves 2 spaces towards you, then each Grug takes 1 wound and deals 1 wound to each other figure in space. Summon 1 Grug at the furthest gate. Furthest gate is going to be that one. Okay, and then the Serpent Man. The nearest Serpent Man moves 2 spaces towards you, so he's the only one out there, so he goes 1 and 2, because again, remember, it's connected up here. And then, let's see, moves 1 space towards you, summon 2 Serpent Men at the furthest gate. So the furthest gate, again, is going to be that gate. So that has just got a ton of enemies up there. All right, I think that's pretty much it. All right, that was Stella's turn. So it's going to be back over to Leon. So Leon, you're all the way over there. Leon is hexed as well. So right at the moment, Peters is the only one with evidence. So Leon, what are you going to do? So I do have a juror down there. I have not been able to convince any jurors at the moment. Peters could run all the way over there. So I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to have the juror move. And then I'm going to come back, I think. Yeah, I think at this point that's probably the best. All right. That's everything. So it is on to a Mythos card. Cosmic Presence. Each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you. So 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. And this one moves 1 space towards me. Okay. So then that one's going to attack, unfortunately. And that is a symbol. So with those guys, they are going to be rolling 3 greens. All right, 2 successes. I'm going to take a stress to re-roll one of them. All right, I guess I'm taking 2 hits because I don't really want to drop a bunch of stress to work through this. Okay, so then it's over to Peters to go. All right, so I kind of want to group everything up, I think, here. And I need to bump my brawling up. That is really important at this point. If there are no enemies in your space, you and each investigator's space take a wound. Otherwise, deal wounds equal to the amount of stress you have to 1 enemy in your space. Because I'm getting pretty close to going up there. I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, and that brings both of these guys here as well. Or do I want to, well, so I'm banking on getting enough to bump up. That's what I'm trying to do here, I think. Alright, so that was my first action, and then I'm going to get, when attacking your space, and I get 2 for the shillelagh. Okay, well that did not go well at all. I'm going to take a stress to reroll. I'm going to take another stress to reroll. Okay, so I got that. Oh, I should have done it the other way. I should have been rolling the other ones. All right, so that's going to be 1. Oh, I forgot to move the wound tokens. So I'm going to take out this one here. If there are no enemies in your space, you and each investigator in your space takes a wound. Otherwise, deal wounds equal to the amount of stress you have. To one enemy in your space. So right now I have basically 1 left. I'm going to heal 1, so I have 2. So if I take out the dancer, then I can take out the other guy. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. I need 1 corruption, or 1 sanity to trigger that, though. See if I can pull it off here. Well, I got it. All right, and I do get to take him down as well. So he's going to go down, as he had 3 hit points, and that was enough to take him down. I get 2 corruption, which it stops here and triggers that ability. I have 2 stress at this point, which I also trigger my surgeon ability, but I think I'm going to heal Leon for 1. And I get to take him out, because I'm going to deal 2 damage to the Serpent Man with my impulsive aggression. And do I want to... Both of those abilities are really helpful, but with the amount of dice that I'm rolling, I think that bump up in the brawling is probably my best choice. So when you attack, you may target any number of figures in your space and split the wounds as you like. Yeah, I think that's my best choice. I mean, that as the healer in the party, he is also extremely handy for that. It says instead of 1, I heal a total health of the killed enemy in any combination of stress or wounds. So I mean, whew, that is super helpful as well. Well, I think I'm going to stick with it, though. I'm going to go with that. All right, so card. I have Otherworldly Encounter. If there are 3 or more cosmic tokens available, there are. So it's this one all over again. Okay, so I'm placing these back out on each one of those spaces. Okay, that's the only effect with that. So all things considered, not horrible. And then discovery card, I have the Ritual Knife. Best not to think of the many uses this has been put into. You may claim 1, or you may take 1 wound to claim the Ritual Knife. When investigating, you may claim an evidence without taking stress or wounds. When attacking, you may count any number of tentacles as success. They still also count as tentacles. Oh my goodness, this guy is a wrecking ball. All right. So I just need to get it back around to him, because that gives me 2 evidence now. So I would just need 2 successes to convince them, to start convincing those jurors. Okay. And then end of round effects. There is nothing at this point that I have to worry about, so I'm good. Over to Stella to go. All right, so with Stella, I could move up and try to take that out, as that pretty much opens up a lot as far as a lot of enemies being out of the way. I do have a lot still pouring in from there, and I have that one juror that's kind of holding on up there. I could also move down and move that juror into that space, kind of keeping that one safe as well. Because at this point, with Peters, I have the second husband. But if I get another one of those cards that takes that away, that's not good either. Well, I'm going to move up here, and I think I will attack her, or the cultist there. So I'm going to get 3 plus the 2. And I got 2 successes. I can't take any stress, so that's 2 wounds. 1 action left. I'll shoot again. Could really use some corruption. Or there's 1. That's cracked. 2. So I got more than I needed. I only get 1 here, and that's going to take that cultist down. Okay. And that moves that out of there. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, it didn't work out quite as planned, but I still was able to eliminate that. So on to the card. So unknown behavior. Move the nearest serpent man 1 space towards you. So this guy is going to move here. And then I draw another card. So these just simply are the one they move the monsters, or the unknowns. Okay, and we have, oh no. So this card comes up again. So the investigator with the most evidence, item, or companion must take the hex condition side of one of them. If tied, choose one. Oh, man. Well... and it's one of those as well. So I guess I'll lose the second husband, because that ritual knife could be really handy. Okay, this is becoming really difficult because I got to get 4 plus. Okay. That's really unfortunate. All right, so then I have evidence, embalmed bird, gruesome talisman, oddly calming yet quite sinister. You may claim the embalmed bird. You may choose not to activate your insanity. If you do, take the hex condition side of this card. Okay. And it is an evidence item. Okay. So that's that. So now she's got 1. I keep getting them and I keep losing them. And I've already got 2 symbols, so that's not good. All right, so that is her turn, as there's nothing to handle at the end of the round, or at the to resolve the end of the turn. So it is over to Leon to go. So the question is, what do I do with Leon? All right, so with Leon, I could do a rest. I could do a trade as well. It's been a while since I've done a trade. So how does that work? I do have that in there as well. I have a couple of jurors. So I'd have to take, the hex does what? I have to take a stress. Attack, where's the trade? The active investigator and all investigators in their space may trade any number of items or companions with each other, either giving or receiving. While some discovery cards have items or companions on both the left and the right side of the card, the traded card must remain on the same side as it was originally. Okay. So at this point, with me losing all this stuff, it might be beneficial just to do a trade and try to convert a couple. So I think I will do that. So I'm going to take the embalmed bird and the ritual knife and give them to him. And I'm going to try to do a convince a juror. So I have to take a stress for doing that from the hexed condition. And then I roll. And holy smokes. If there are no monsters in your space, move the nearest monster to your space. Otherwise, move one monster in your space 1 or 2 spaces away. I'll take 1 to re-roll. Okay. So I got the success. So I'm going to go up 2. So I haven't quite hit it yet. And that will be enough to convince that juror to its innocent side. At this point, it's kind of risky. Do I go for the second one and lose all of my stuff and potentially move a monster into my space? Or do I rest and hope that I get something else good? Yeah, I think I better play it smart. I feel like I'm doing good, so I don't really want to push it too hard. So I'm going to go ahead and rest. I'm going to gain 1 health and 2 stress back. And then the Mythos card. It's another unknown. So move the nearest monster 1 space towards you. Oh, from that one. So that's the Grug. Oh no. That juror is going to be harder and harder to get to. All right. And then I have to draw another card. And it's a ghast. And it's that symbol. Darn it. All right. So move the nearest ghast 2 spaces towards you. Then move 1 juror in its space 1 space away from the town square. Okay. So there's no ghasts out here. So then there's going to be a ghast coming out in the red. So he is going to be a cosmic thing. And at the end of the round, that will advance everybody. So So I thought I was doing good. I think I am a little diluted there. I think things are looking a little rough here at the moment. All right. So I have human teeth, grisly talismans that absorb and devour harmful energies, difficult to make, painful to harvest. You may take 1 stress to claim the human teeth, or, okay, so this is evidence. You are not affected by the hex condition. Okay. Take stress. All right, so now I have 3 evidence. So if I can just hold on to it long enough to actually use it, that'd be great. All right, then it is end of round conditions. So these are all going to be shuffled back in. So I'll handle that real quick. And then everybody's going to advance and new stuff's coming out and things are getting ugly here. Okay, I got to start making some stuff happen. I gotta go clear that too. Okay. So at least it's coming back to the surgeon at this point. So I could run up there and just try to slaughter a bunch of stuff. He is honestly the best for it. But that does mean that I have to make it another turn with that evidence. If that card comes out again, I'm gonna cry. So I just keep losing it. At least this time I'll have 2 evidence, though. That's the one bonus to that. So, all right. So he's advancing, which first off with his thing, move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. All right, and that was Leon. So nearest cosmic enemy is this one here. So it's going to move there. Summon in order 1 dancer and 1 cultist, both at the furthest gate. Place the cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic. Okay. Nearest is going to be that one up there. All right, so that one's got it. And I have a dancer and a cultist. So the dancer's going to go first. And the cultist, that doesn't matter. There's nothing there. Okay, so that takes care of that. Then each grug moves 2 spaces towards you. Then it takes a wound and deals a wound to each other figure in its space. And then the other one comes out, so it's going to be there. Okay. And then the snake serpentman, the nearest serpentman moves 2 spaces towards you. Each other serpentman moves 1 space towards you. There's 1. And then summon 2 at the furthest gate. So they're just piling up in there. That red. So I gotta get to that juror. Otherwise I'm gonna get hosed here. I would love to get that ritual dagger back, because like the corruption would also boost that. Well, heck. So I could take that back. Okay. I should probably not push it too hard. So I'm going to go ahead and gather those 2 and come back at this point, and then I'm going to attack. So I'm going to get my 3 there. I get the 1 die for brawling and the 2 for the weapon. That gives me 6. Wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That counts as 1 there as well. I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll that. Re-roll it again. Okay. And that gives me 6. So that's going to take him out, as there was 4, and then the serpent has 2. So that'll take care of that. I do gain 1 corruption or 1 sanity from that. And that's it. So that went pretty smooth. All right. Mythos card. Dancer of Azeroth. The nearest dancer moves 3 spaces towards you. Well, are those considered? Where was that at? As we are cosmic enemies. Yeah, I think it still counts. That's probably really... All right, and then a Sovereign blue one. So that one gets that as well. Okay. So that takes care of that, and then it is going to attack me, so it is 2 blacks and a green. Oof. 2 and a corruption. I did kill 2 enemies, so I do get 2 stress back. So do I want to re-roll anything? Yeah, it didn't matter. Okay. Okay. That is the end of the round. That is the end of his turn. So it's over to Stella next. So Stella, once during your turn as a free action, you may move one enemy from your space up to 2 spaces away. All right, as a free action. So I'm going to go ahead and move that over there. And then I could do a trade. She's so close to going up. I don't know if I want to push it with her at the moment. She doesn't have any stress. So maybe just move it 1 space away and then I can shoot it at least as my first action. So let's go ahead and try that because I would like to go up with her. All right, so I got my 1 corruption that I needed. And I take it out. So that will put it down. I get the 1 corruption, which says that if your protected is in your space, they heal all wounds. So I heal all my wounds. And you heal all of your stress. So that was great timing. Otherwise, take 1 stress for each wound your protected has. If they are dead, nothing happens. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. That was her first action. And then I do get to level up. So what do I want to level up? So I could attack 1 additional space away. I can count all stars as successes, which is also very nice. Or I can get 1 free reroll for each target. All right, I'm going to go with the Arcane Mastery. I think that one's pretty good. All right, card. Oh, nope, not yet. I still have my 2 actions left. 1, 2, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot at him. So again, 5. All right, so I take 1 corruption, or 1 stress, or sanity. I always think I always get that mixed up with the others for the corruption. It's sanity. Never gonna get that. All right, so that's Serpent Man goes down. And there's nothing else for me to do at the moment. That was my last action. So, and unbelievable. There's an entire deck of cards, and I pulled Alice again. Oh, man. So I am going to have to do this one, I think. Just cannot catch a break with that lady. She is everywhere. That witch is terrible. All right. And then end of round. So there's 2 out there. So he isn't moving just yet. So that was her turn, so it's going to be over to Leon to go. All right, so Leon is going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to spend my second action to move that 2. I have lost that ability now, so I have to take a stress to do that. And then I really kind of want to get the heck out of there, just in case, because if those guys all start moving, that's going to be problematic. So I'm going to go back here. And that's pretty much all I can do at the moment. So, Cosmic Upheaval, +1 card. And it's the symbol, so that was a bad turn. So each juror in a space, each investigator with a space with a juror takes a wound. So, she is not, so that's that. Then each investigator loses 1 sanity for each hexed condition they have. I have a hex there. She has a hex. And he has a hexed. But he stops there. So if there are no monsters in your space, move the nearest monster to your space. Nearest monster to your space. Okay, so it's going to be the cultists. Here, 1, 2. All right. Well, that went stellar. I don't even get the card out of that one. And that takes care of that. And I do get to level up, though, at least, I guess. That's the one good thing. So on his show off, if you also have one free reroll per roll if there's another investigator within 2 spaces. Otherwise, I have marksman, which gives me 2 greens. Or swiftness, you have a free move action. Oh, man. Do I go up and get the reroll? I mean, all 3 of these options are incredibly good. Now, the 2 dice are probably better than the reroll. So it's down to one of those 2. I think with him it's better just to have the extra action so that I can potentially get these jurors moved around a little bit more. So yeah, I think that is going to be it. So then the cultist is going to go rolling 3 greens. 2 there, so I could either take 2 wounds. I'm going to take a stress to reroll. That was a lucky roll there, so I only take 1 wound from that. Okay. And that is his turn. That is the end of the round. So then these get all shuffled back up. I feel like there's got to be more than just that 1 card of hers in there. There is no way that that 1 card has continued to come up this consistently. There's a lot of cards in this deck. Okay. All right, I'm getting close here. I really need to start moving this, or getting this stuff done. 1 more, and the god is coming out after that. So, okay, so what do I got here? Move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. So I think it's going to be this guy. Okay, and then 1 dancer and 1 summon in order, 1 dancer and 1 cultist in the furthest gate. So again, they're back here. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-monster, which is going to be that one. Okay, and then unfortunately is over there. 1, 2, so it's going to do a wound to everything on its space. So she takes 1, and it's going to take a wound. And then a new one comes out for that. And then the serpent men, the nearest Superman moves 2. 1, 2. Other ones move 1, and then 2 more come out. That space is just a plethora of enemies. Okay, and that is everything. So that was her turn. So then it's going to be back over to Leon. Right? No. It was Leon's turn because the cultist moved into his space. So it's back over to Peter's. All right, so I'm 1 away from going up at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and move. It's my first action, so that's going to take that. I'm going to move here to pull that one. And I'll move back. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I could take that as well. I think I will. I'm going to just pull everything there. And I'm going to go into here. I have 2 attack actions left. So this is either going to go really well or really bad. So I do have the ritual knife. And I will, okay. All right, so I'm going to get my 3 dice. And I get 2 for that and 1 for the brawling. And I am going to go and attack. Is that too much? That might be too much. I think I better leave this one back, because otherwise I think I'm just gonna asking for trouble here. And this is on that. At least with my brawling, when you attack, you may target any number of figures in your space. Split the wounds as you like. Okay. All right, so I've got 3 there. And I don't have anything that I can convert with them. So I'm going to get 4 plus the thing there. So that is going to trigger that. And it counts as a success as well. So I'm going to do 5 wounds distributed how I want. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do the snake guy for 2. And I'll do, I think this guy, well, let's do the cultist, because otherwise that little bugger spreads his cosmic token around if there's anything that doesn't have it. All right, so then this goes off, which lets me, well, first off, I get to, when you kill an enemy, so I have to trigger this first. So I'm going to go ahead and take a stress back. Then it triggers this. So I'm going to deal 2 to an enemy. And I think I'll just keep working on that guy there. And then I level up. So I'm going to level that up there. Or actually, I got 2, didn't I? I killed 2 enemies. When you kill an enemy, yeah, so I got 2. So I'm going to get to do 1 more wound. So it's got 4 on it now. As my last action, I'm going to go ahead and attack again. All right, so there's 1, 2. Oh, and I get another green for being in that now. 3, 4, 5. So 5 again. All right, so that's going to take him out with 1. And this says that instead of 1, heal the total health of the killed enemy in any combination of stress or wounds. So I get that. Okay, and then this guy's also going to go down, which is 3, which she's pretty much at max anyways, but it gets her 1 more there. So at least that takes care of that and gets rid of another one of those. And the grog, or gog, gug. All right. And I got 1 there for that. So not horrible. Okay. Mythos card. Dancer of Azeroth. Each cultist and dancer of Azeroth moves 1 space towards you. Okay, so that's that. There's 1 here. And 2 cultists. Okay, and then summon 1 in red. So he just comes right back on out there. And that's that. Man, that first round went great. And then after that, it's just been, that god has been moving. All right, so that is that. I am in a safe space, so I get to draw a card. So it's a flask. Clouding both your judgment and your problems. You may claim the flask. You may take the empty flask side of this card to heal all of your stress. Okay, an empty flask at the end of your turn. If you are in the pub, take the... Okay, so it basically lets you bounce back and forth. Okay. Okay, that's that. And that is his turn, and there is no end of round effects, so it is over to Stella to go again. Stella does not have any evidence at this point. So I could take some shots there. Or I can just keep working on getting some jurors down there. She is hexed, so it is going to cost me a stress to do so. But I think I got to keep working on that. So 1, 2. It takes a stress. And there's nothing down in yellow right now, so I'm going to go ahead and move right there, I think. Yeah. All right. Ghast. Move the nearest ghast 2 spaces towards you. So there's 1, 2. Then move 1 juror in its space, 1 space away from town square. So there's nothing in its space, and then summon 1 in red. All right. And the god is coming out. The next card that comes out. I have not been lucky with that so far after that first round. All right, so that is Stella's turn. Oh, that was the Mythos card. So now she gets a discovery card. She has the herd dog. Who's a good boy? Yes, he is. If you don't have a hex condition, you may claim the herded dog. Unfortunately, I do. When you gather jurors, you may move the juror 1 extra space. Okay, so I am hexed, so I cannot claim it, so it's simply going to be discarded, I think. All right, and that is that. So that is her turn, so it is over to Leon to go next. So Leon, what are we going to do with you? Leon, you've got the bird. I really need the ritual knife to be able to pull this off. Otherwise, I need 3 successes. And I have no stress. But I can't lose any stress if I don't have any stress. Let's see. Have 4 jurors in town square with their inside side face up. Ooh, I haven't been doing that. So when the Elder One advances, move each juror with their guilty side face up 1 space away from town square if possible. Okay, so I have to be mindful of that because I have not been doing that. I think the one time I did have the second husband, so the jurors weren't going to move out of there. But that means that this one's probably going to be over here at the very least. So that's the furthest spot away. All right, so I handled everything. End of round. There is no effects there, so it is over to Leon, and I have to figure out what I'm doing with Leon here. I really need to convince that one. So I'm going to have to rest 1, 2, 3. I have to take a stress to try to pull this off here. I need 3 successes. He is just not the person for this. Maybe I'll get lucky though. Let's try it. I need 3 successes. I got 2. So I just need 1 more. So there's a reroll. There it is. All right, so that convinced that one. Okay. Whew. All right, so it was a rest and a test. I could just move it. Yeah, let's just move 1 there. I have to lose my last stress there. All right, card. Cosmic Upheaval. All right, so the god is coming out. And then as ghostly energies, each investigator in a space with a juror takes a wound. All right, so he's almost dead here. I got to get over there with the... Oh, Does she have? Yes, she does. She has ever. No, he doesn't. So he doesn't lose 1. And then they lose 1 for each hex condition they have. So he's going to lose 2. He's got 1. And she's got 1. Okay. Discovery card. Veil of Poison. Or Vial of Poison. A vial of sweet release for you or for them. You may take 1 wound to claim the Vial of Poison. When attacking, you may discard this card before rolling to gain 2. And it is an evidence item. Ooh. I can't get any closer. Leon really needs some help here. So I'm going to go ahead and move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to move him right on down here. I will go ahead and attack. So I'm going to get a bonus die there. I get 1 for the brawling. I get 2 for the weapon and my dice here. Or wait a minute. Did I skip over something? I think I did. I think I forgot to do. That was Leon's turn with the thing. Yes, I totally skipped over that. I'm glad I caught that, because that would have messed up some stuff here, I think. Or wait a minute. It had to have been Leon. Yeah, because I did that. So yeah, that is the end of the round. So these all get shuffled back in. And then we are going to have to do that. So that one can't move any farther away. This one will move that way. I do not want to forget that again. So I'm halfway there. I really got to pick up the pace. I'm gonna be behind the 8 ball here. Okay. So that is going to. All right. So what's the order here? Okay, so it is coming out. Okay. So stage 2 is when revealed in your space, summon 1 dancer into your space and place 1 cosmic token on each non-cosmic enemy in your space. All right, so that was, so he comes in there, and a dancer comes into the space. Or 1 dancer has one and 1 cultist. Oh, wait a minute. Summon 1 dancer into your space and place 1 cosmic token on each non-cosmic enemy there. Okay, so the dancer will have a cosmic token on it. Okay, and that's okay. All right, and then back to stage 1, handling that real quick. Move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. Nearest 1. So it's a split, so I'm going to take this one here, move it over. 1 dancer, there are no more dancers. And 1 cultist, the space furthest from you. And 1 cosmic token on the nearest non. I'll do a cultist. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. And then I have this. This guy's going to advance and do 1 damage to everybody in there, including himself. And then this one comes out. And then the Serpentman move, 1, 2. This one moves 1, and 2 more come out. And that's all that. Okay. Well, that changes up quite a bit. Yikes. Well, I'll be able to do some healing here, that's for sure. All right, so now it is into Peter's turn. So at this point, I'm going to moving them into here. So everybody's coming in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack. So with Peter's, I'm going to get the 1 there. I get the 1 there, those, and this. Okay. I have the brawling, so I can divide it up by any number of figures in there. So let's see what I can do here. All right, so that's that. There's that. This. That, and I'm going to spend 2 to reroll both of these. And that didn't help at all. Jeez. All right, so I've got 5 successes. I take 1 sanity damage. I'm going to take the Snake Man out. That's 1. The Ghast has 4, so I'm going to take that out as well. Okay, and then I get to heal. Instead of 1, heal a total health. So I'll do that one for me, and then the Ghast is 5, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So that takes care of those guys, at least. And then I'm going to go ahead and attack again. Oh, and I forgot with Leon I get that free move. Man, messing up everywhere. All right, I'm going to attack again. And so just 3. So I'll spend 2 to reroll 2. I get 1 extra out of there. So I'm going to do 4. All right, so that'll take that one out. I do 1 damage here because the cultist had 3. And I'm going to fully heal him up. Ooh, this is going to hurt because Ezerhoth is in there too. Ugh. So the question is, do I take some more stress to try to do more damage? No, I think I'm just going to suffer the effects. All right, so then it is a Mythos card. So ghostly energies, each investigator in a space with a juror takes a wound. Man, I just keep pouring the salt on there. And then loses a sanity for each hex condition, so that's going to trigger his thing and do 2, so that'll at least take that out. And then I did eliminate an enemy, so I'll get that enemy's health back at least. And I do get to go up a level, so I have 2 hex conditions on Leon, so his ability is going to trigger. Nearest enemy, so 1, 2. Okay. And she's got 1. So hers is going to go off 2. And I have no wounds, so I'm okay there. So all 3 of them went up. All right, so Leon, during a run, you may take 1 investigator with you when leaving your space. You also have 1 free reroll. So I'm going to bump up that thing on him, and then over to her. When you attack, you have 1 free reroll. I think I'll do that. Well, I think her ability is pretty powerful, so that is that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this. All right, and then he's going to attack. So it's just him at this point, and when he attacks or a cosmic enemy attacks, the stars also count as corruption. All right. All right, so there's 2 there. I'm going to spend a stress to re-roll this one. Another one. I'll take it. So I don't think I have much of an option there. Otherwise, I mean, that was pretty successful. All right, that is Peter's turn. And that is the end of the round, his turn. So it's over to Stella next. I think I have to move down. Lose a stress to move the juror. And the question is, do I move back up or do I just heal? I'm going to heal. All right, Mythos card. Oh, man. There's gas moves 2 towards you. 1, 2. Then move 1 juror into space, 1 space away, and a ghast in there. And another round where it's getting closer. I just do not think this is going to go well. Unless something really turns around quick here. All right, so then she has a card. So the ghost of the 3rd husband, Richard, the barrister, a man of letters who learned his last lesson too late. You may take 2 stress to claim the husband. 1, 2. And the husband is evidence. When you convince a juror, if you have another evidence, item, or companion, you have 2 free rerolls. Okay. So, again, I need to get that to someone else. All right, that is the end of the round. That is it. So it is over to Leon to go next. So I could do a trade to do the ritual. I think it's too risky at this point, so I'm going to spend 1 to try to convince that juror in my space. All right, I got 1. I'm going to have to spend 1. I got another 1. Okay, so spend this 1. Come on, I just need... Okay, so I could take 2. I think I'm going to have to do it. 1, 2. That convinces that juror. So that was my first action. Second action. And I'm not in a safe space, so it's going to attack me. It's third action. I'm going to move it there. I got to get these guys all lined up here. Mythos card. Otherworldly encounter. If there are 3 or more cosmic tokens available, there are, which is very good. Otherwise, that would have been horrible, because that would have advanced it again. Okay. All right, and that's it. So at least that is the first card I've drawn in I don't know how many rounds that has not been one of those things. All right, so 1 corruption and a wound. I can deal with that. That's not horrible. All right, so then it is over to Peters to go. So Peters is going to have to do this. I'm going to move. Yeah, because I think he goes with me. Ritual knife. When you convince a juror, instead of rolling, you may discard this card to automatically succeed. I think I'm going to have to do that at this point. So I'm going to discard the card. That will convince that juror. I take a stress for that. And that is going to disrupt the ritual. All right, so after the ritual is disrupted, remove all of the juror tokens. Okay, so I have handled that at least. I have one action left. I'm going to go ahead and attack. So I'm going to get the 3 there, and I get 1 for that, and 3 for all of this. Holy smokes, that was terrible. Spend 1 to re-roll. Oh my goodness. I'm going to spend the flask, or empty the flask, to get my stress back. I'm going to spend 1. It's 2 for 2 more re-rolls. I just cannot. Okay. So I guess I'll take that. That gives me 1 there, and I'm doing 3 to it at least. All right. That was not good. I haven't killed anything, so that's that. All right, and then it's going to have a card. The Blind Idiot God. So if Azrahoth is on the board, place the cosmic token, a cosmic token on each non-cosmic cultist monster within 2 spaces. So I don't have to worry about that. Then each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you. So this one's going to move forward 1. Wow, there's only 1 cosmic enemy out there right now, huh? Okay, otherwise... Oh, that's otherwise, then each... Okay, and then summon a cultist on yellow, which is going to be that one. Okay. All right. So again, it's another dud, so that's good. And then he's going to attack, and it's going to be 2 hits and 2 corruption. Ugh. All right, so that's going to level me up again. And I take 2 wounds. And I have to choose one to get. I'm going to take this one. All right. Because I could re-roll, but either way, I'm going up. If there are no enemies in your space. All right, so I had 1 stress left, so I'm going to do an extra wound to him from that. All right, that is the end of my turn, the end of the round. There aren't any other effects there, so it's over to Stella to go. She's going to do a move action and use her free ability to push that guy into there. All right, and then she has 2 actions left at this point, so it's just a matter of dumping wounds into him if I can. All right, so I'm going to get the 3 for that. I get 1 green for that, and I have 2 greens for the gun. Okay. 2 actions. Come on, Stella. All right. right, so I have 4 successes there. And I get to count 1 as a success. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. So it's 5 more to him. So that's going to put him up to 9. I just need to do 3 more to finish him off, and I pick up 1 there. All right. Last shot. Come on. You got this, Stella. That was cracked. Same results. Okay. And that's all I needed, actually. So I guess that'll work. All right, so 12 is enough to take him down for his first level. Okay. And I got a second corruption, or sanity there. So she did not level up yet. All right, so I always forget when that happens. All right, so that is going to move that aside. So that one has been handled. All right, so then when revealed, move him to the red gate. Ooh, so he's all the way up there. At each gate, summon a cultist for each cosmic token there. Oof. All right, so there's 1 there. 1 there. 2 here. Or 1 there. I thought there was 2 there. Okay. All right, then place 1 cosmic token on every non-cosmic cultist / monster on the board, starting with the ones nearest Azeroth. So there's only 3 left. So I'll do another cultist. We'll do a couple of snakemen. So there's a whole brigade there. Oof. And so now it says that Azeroth advances on the track if there's 2 or more of those symbols in the discard. So now he's moving even faster. And now I've got a whole boatload of enemies just waiting up there for me. That's not good at all. All right, so that was Stella's turn. I have a Mythos card. I need a drink if there is. Okay, so this is just for the jurors, so no worries there. And then she does have a cultist in her space. So cultists are rolling 3. And the cosmics. Counts as a corruption. So it would bump her there. All right, and then she's going to lose all her stress because I am wounded at this point. All right, so that kicks it over to Leon. I am in a world of trouble there. That is a ton of enemies. Now before that, I do have to handle this because this now with that it does trigger, so that is going to advance at 1. I am running out of time and there are way too many enemies up there. All right. then I have to handle advancing. So move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. That's Stella, so that's going to move that one there. Summon and order a dancer and a cultist. Space is a nightmare. All right, and then these are just when revealed. So nothing there. Okay, and then this guy, so he's going to move 1, take a wound and deal a wound. And then same with this one, he's going to move 1, take a wound and deal a wound. So that actually drops that cultist and that guy. So both of those guys are gone. So at least that helps a touch. Yeah, there might be some sacrificing going on here. I'll just kind of run in and dish out as much punishment as I can. All right, and then I have these, so I have that. There's all of them out there. The snake men. So 1 moves 2 spaces. So 1, 2. 1 moves 1 space. Oh, each other. So I got 2 there. There, and then there's 1 that comes in here. All right, so it's over Leon. So how do I want to do this? So I do get a free move action. Which brings this guy in with me. Ooh, I forgot to, well, he doesn't flip it over yet, but this guy does. I should have been using that. So when you run, you may move 2 additional spaces, and you may sneak past an enemy up to 3 additional times. That's good to know. And she just got to hers, which is up to 3 times during your turn. As a free action, you may move 1 enemy from your space up to 2 spaces away. I can do this 3 times. Okay. And he is super close. All right, so hopefully that pays off. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and attack the Grog. I do gain 1 for that. I gain 1 for that, and I get 2 for the gun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attack that guy there. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. And that's pretty much all I needed. So that's going to put him down. And that will level me up as I take my corruption there, which is going to boost this up. Gain 1 additional level in your signature skill, total of 2. So I'm going to pick up this, and now you also have 1 free reroll per roll if there's another investigator within 2 spaces. And I get to level up again, so instead, for each other investigator within 2 spaces, gain a green and 1 free reroll per turn. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, and that does trigger his thing, which I get to push something away. Up to, is it up to 2 spaces? 1 or 2 spaces away. Or wait. Move the nearest monster to your space, otherwise move 1 monster from your, okay, up 2 spaces away. So I'll move it in there. Okay. So that technically was my first action. And I'm going to go ahead and take this one. So during a run, you may take one investigator with you when leaving a space. All right, so I'm going to go after the ghast. All right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. The ghast has only 3 hit points, so that's going to take him out. Gets 1 more sanity on there. And yeah, I cannot move into there with them. So I could just try to take that last guy out and be done with it, because I'm going to have to move with him anyways. And I gain? I have 1 here. 1, 2, so I've gotten 3. I just went up to 4, so I have not. So I'm going to take the swiftness, I think. Oh. No, I think I'm going to go brawling all the way. So when you attack figures in your space, deal the full wounds to each target. So with that, I could just level everything in there. I think that's going to be key. So yeah, I think with Leon, I'm just going to go ahead and attack then. And try to take him out. So I don't get the 2 dice from that. I will get the 1 from that and the 1 for the show off. All right, there's 2. And that's all I needed. So I don't have to worry about anything else. I'll take care of that. Okay. And that is everything there. So yeah. Mythos card. The ghast. Move the nearest ghast 2 spaces. So he's going to move 1, 2. Another one pops up there. And there's no jurors to worry about, so that's that. Okay. And then discovery card goes to the first husband. You can claim 2 stress to claim the husband. You have 1 free gather juror action per turn. I'm just going to take the hex because I don't want to suffer I can't suffer the stress. So that's that. All right. That's the end of the round. There is no other effects to handle. So it is back over to Peters. Peters, this is your turn. This is going to be crazy. All right, so with Peters, I can move. He's not the big one though, right? I'm getting 3, 4 spaces with him. 6 spaces. So I could go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I need to go all the way here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that puts me in with everything. So that space is chocked full of enemies. And this is going to be insane. All right, so that was my first action. Second action, I'm going to attack. I get 3 dice there. I get 2 for the weapon. I get 2 more for those spots. I get 1 for brawling. And that is everything. Okay. All right, and then you have 2 free rerolls when attacking a target in your space, and when you attack figures in your space, you deal full wounds to each figure. Okay. I need some big rolls. Big rolls, big rolls. All right, there's 2, 3. I get 2 rerolls. There's 4. I'll spend 1. And there's that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. That is going to eliminate everything, which gives me full health there. So that clears all of that out. There's nothing in there has less than 6 wounds. That is a huge shift in events. That'll take him out as well. That removes those, and it gives 6 wounds to Azeroth too. Okay. All right. And can he do it? I have 1 action left, so I'm going to hit him again. Oop. I'm at full health there. And I had 1 corruption that I got from that, or 1 sanity on that. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just enough. I take 1 more for that, so I have not hit my threshold yet, so that's a good thing. And that will take him out for the final push here. Okay, and this is stage 4, the final stage. When revealed, move Azeroth to the blue one there. Fully heal all enemies on the board. None of the enemies have taken any damage. Move each cosmic enemy 1 space towards their nearest investigator. So this one will move up. All right, and it says at the end of each turn, if you are within 1 space of a cosmic enemy, lose 2 sanity. Okay. All right, so then I'm on to Mythos. Ghostly presence, move the unnameable and each ghast 1 space towards you. There is no ghast, and then there is a ghast that's going to come out now in this space. Okay. All right. Then I have Discovery, Woman in White. A ghostly woman observes the other spirits in silence. You may take 2 stress to gain the Woman in White. While you have her, gain 1 level in Arcane Mastery. This companion cannot be given wounds. So it would let me count 1 arcane symbol as a wound. Sure, why not? Okay. I just basically need to make it to him again, and I could get in there and take him out. All right, so end of round. There's a ton of stuff that's going to happen here because there's 2, so that's going to move it forward 1. These get shuffled in. It's going to be right down to the wire if I can pull this off. And it is going to be Stella next. She's not necessarily dishing out a ton of damage here, but she does have the pistol marksman ability, so that's good. All right, so first let's handle all of Azeroth's stuff. All right. All right, and so this is based off of him. So this one is going to move 1. Move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. Summon in order a dancer and a cultist, both at the furthest gate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So unfortunately, it's going to be hers. Okay. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic enemy. So it's going to be another cultist. Okay. That takes care of that. All right, did that. All right, and he is not within 2 spaces, so that's everything there. All right, and then it's over to this one here. Moves 2 spaces towards you, then each grog takes 1 wound, and summon a grog on the furthest gate. So unfortunately, it is going to be that one again. And a Serpent Man. So she just got absolutely snowballed there. So this might not go, she might go down pretty quick here. All right. That is the end of everything. Everything has been handled, I think, at this point. So now it is over to Stella to go. Now she doesn't have the massive moves. I do have the 3 enemies during her turn that I can move. So I'm going to do it with the grog and 2 cultists. That still leaves her with 4 enemies in her space. Oh, and I didn't level up something because I had the marksman with the sheriff. Okay. So I'll gain the level there. This one lets me, when I attack, I may target any number of additional figures. Okay. So it's not really going to help. One, two, three. So I could get into that space. So I could do the second level marksman, which lets me attack something 2 spaces away. That puts me in Leon's space. That just seems really bad for him. Because she's probably going to go down here. I don't see her making it through this, but it is a sacrifice. So I do have 1 companion at least. Well, I might have to buy myself a turn and hope that Leon can do this. Because I think if I just race up there with her, I'm going to put him in more peril. And it's not necessarily going to help anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and move 2. Bring in all these guys with me. And I will... When you attack, you may target 1 additional figure. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do the Arcane Mastery, I think. Alright, so I'm going to get 1 green for that. I get the 3 there. And I don't get the 2 from that. So I'm only rolling 4 dice. Alright, so I got... Oop, that was a exclamation point there. So I've got 3. I'll take down 1 of the Serpent Men, as they only have 2 health on them. Okay, and I'll take 1 on that one. Okay, and then I'll attack again. Okay, so I heal 1 stress for each, as you count each for success. So there's 2 successes there, 3 and 4. I get 1 corruption, or 1 sanity. I'm going to do 1 here, and I will do 2 here and 1 to that. And that will take care of her turn. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do much, but I will stay alive. We'll see how this works out for me, though. Okay, so I'm one turn away from dying here. The nearest dancer of Atheros moves 3 spaces towards you. There aren't any out on the board. Summon 1 in blue. All right, and I don't have, the cultist is going to attack, and it's no damage. Okay, that is her turn. So now it is over to Leon, and it literally is all going to come down to him. All right, so I'm not going to get the extra. Well, I am technically still 2 places away, so I'm going to move here. This one goes in there with me, and I'm going to target Azeroth. So I will get the green for that. I'm going to get the green for this. I get the 2 for the gun. I get that. And I think I'm going to pop the vial of poison. So that's going to get me 2 additional. Oh, before rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that. So I get 2 additional green. So I'm going to get this and then 1 additional after that. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3. 3. You also have 1 free reroll per roll if there's another investigator. Okay, so I do have that, and then I get the 1 additional green. Didn't help me. I'm going to spend 1 stress to reroll. All right, so I got 4 on him. So there's 4. Yeah, I don't know about this. All right, and then, so I'm going to lose the 1 for that, and then my last action. I don't think I have anything else, right? Yeah, everything else is hexed stuff. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I get a reroll. All right. So I get to move this one 2 spaces away. And I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds to him. So there's 3. Oh man, if I lose here at this point, that's crazy. I'm down to just 1 hit point left on him. All right, so card. Ugh. So it is, the grog is not around. Another card. Oh my goodness, I am alive. The whispering lies. Each juror in the same space as a cultist is turned into on the guilty side. Oh my goodness. And that is the end of the round. I do lose 2 sanity on that. That's the reason for that. So I do gain another level, which is going to do that. Oh, because it's within, what is it? At the end of your turn, if you are within 1 space. I am not within 1 space, so it stops here. And that's, I was able to trigger that, and I get 1 more level in something. Reach another investigator within 2 spaces. I'm not going to need it. I'm just going to do that. Okay. And that's everything. That is the end of the round, so it's over to Peters. So he's going to start by moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that space there. And then I'm going to attack. This is it right here. I just need 3 wounds to finish him off. Peters, where the heck was that? I bumped that. I think I'm right on the verge of going up. Okay, so I am going to get that. I get 1 for brawling. I get 2 for the weapon and 2 for those 2 spaces. So I've got everything going at it here. And I get 2 free rerolls. Holy smokes. Okay, so there's that. And I get those and this and 2 rerolls. That's that. All right. So it counts So I get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wounds on him. That is going to bump up, and that is going to take him down, as well as the other 2 enemies. Wow. That is insane. Right on the last turn, I betcha. Yep, that would have been it. So if I would not have been able to get him there, that would have been the end of the game. Wow. Well, I don't think you get any closer than that. It came down to the last turn on the last survivor to go. Otherwise, that was going to be game. And that was epic. I had an absolute blast. It was a nail biter the whole way. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off. Peters is by far the all-star of this game. That brawling ability of his saves the day. He was able to get in there and just decimate that entire group of enemies. If he was not there, there's no way I've been able to chew through that to handle the final boss. So epic game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you caught any other mistakes. The only one that I really saw that I made was the jurors moving during that thing, and I'm hoping that didn't impact things too much. I think that it would have worked out either way. I think I would have been able to pull it off. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the game as well. And like I said, I will be doing a teaching video on this one shortly, hopefully here in the next couple weeks. Let me know if there's anything you want me to really focus in on that. And also, if you want to see that other video just going over the new features. There's only a couple of things, so that would be a pretty short little video. So I might do that anyways, just to get it out there. But let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see and what your thoughts are on this. Was it as epic for you watching this? And what did you think? Did you think I was going to pull it off? Like I said, this is the first time I played it, so I got to experience all this. I did not know what was going to happen, what the Elder God was, any of it. So I think I got very lucky with this, and I was able to just barely skirt by, but I had an absolute great time with it, and I hope you did too. So until next time, I'll see you later.